What's going on, guys? And welcome back to Vinny's Corner. I hope everybody is well and enjoying Thursday night football. Hopefully, you're a little warmer than the players look out there. A little bit of snow going on in Cleveland tonight. So just give me a second, everybody. I just want to make sure that this is out on X for people to see. Hopefully, everybody's having a good evening, though, fellas. So tonight, we've got a special guest. We've got my guy Caleb here. Caleb is a Steelers fan. All right. Where is this shit? Did the show – oh, my God. The show hasn't even come out yet live. What's going on?
A little slow tonight?
Well, so, like, it's up. According to the link, it's there already, but it's supposed to just go right to the it's supposed to post right to We Like Sports. And it just isn't up yet for whatever reason.
Oh, it is up. It's up now. You're good.
Oh, it is? Okay, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's what is going on? Something's wrong. Hold on a second. Let me pull up x.com on my computer. I want to make sure that I got that reposted for everybody. Yeah, it's not showing up on mine. It's weird.
I got it on mine.
Really weird. I don't know what's going on here tonight. Yeah, I don't know. It shows that it's live, but, what am I doing? I'm an ass. It's right in front of me. Forget what I said. Everything is live. So let's post this. Guys, hold on. What the fuck? Hold on. I'm messing up over here already. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Like I said, I'm a little handicapped. So you know what? I'm just going to do it on my phone because I literally never use X on my computer. Open the live video. Okay. Let's get this out. We are live. All right. So guys, last Friday night, we had a total debacle, I guess I should say. The Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. So I just want to take a couple seconds to touch on that. It was a spectacle. It was WWE in a boxing ring. You know, unfortunately, so there's a big rumor going around that like Mike Tyson wasn't allowed to throw like uppercut. He wasn't allowed to throw certain punches as part of his contract.
Yeah.
And at one point, like he was hitting Jake in the first round. And then when they tied up, you see Jake whispering into his ear, and Jake was basically like, yo, chill the fuck out. Pardon my language, everybody. Family show. But he was like, chill the F out, so you get your money. Whatever. Boom. So the fight was, it was a spectacle. It was a little ridiculous, but hopefully everybody, even though that live stream was pretty terrible on Netflix, hopefully everybody was at least able to enjoy the championship fights before that. Abel Ramos against Mario Barrios was a great fight. And then the ladies did their thing. Katie Taylor against Amanda Serrano. Both good fights. A lot of fun. I enjoyed that part a lot. But you guys know I'm a boxing head. You don't even have to your thoughts because I know everyone hated it.
No, I know. But Vince, do you think Serrano is right by calling out Taylor for the headbutts?
Here's the thing, right? I understand it, but you've watched this girl fight 23 times, and then you fought her once before that. You know that's Amanda, or Katie Taylor, when she fights, it's what she does. She moves forward, like she presses forward with her head forward like that. It is what it is. Until she gets penalized, she just keeps rocking. And the thing is, she's considered by many the greatest female fighter of all time. She's tough. So, unfortunately, Amanda did not win. A lot of people felt that Amanda was robbed. It is what it is. I had no issues with the fight. I enjoyed myself. I would have liked to have seen Amanda win, but all good. Mm-hmm. So now, guys, Vinny's Corner is entitled The Battle of Interstate 76 tonight, right? That's not Cincinnati. That's Ohio and Pennsylvania, because we do have the Browns playing the Steelers right now. And the Browns are in scoring position They got a first down just now, like a minute ago. It's 3-0 the Steelers currently. Fellas, we'll start with Caleb. What are your thoughts on this game so far, Caleb?
There should be some touchdowns to them, but I don't know.
I'm simple. I play fantasy football. The Steelers are my defense. I want to see them pitch a shutout, but right now it's looking like Nick Chubb might work his way into that end zone pretty soon. So, what about you, Cove? I know you're a Browns fan.
I'm a Browns fan because I'm wearing the cap. No,
I mean, that's a fact, right?
no. I got it because I'm like, who's gonna steal this cap? Nobody. Nobody's gonna steal this cap.
I mean, I kind of like the whole brown orange. I love the color scheme. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I feel like a lot of people were talking about this being a trap game this week.
it could be a trap game though. It could be.
I mean, the Steelers have the defense, or Steelers have the great defense, but in years past and coming into this season, the Browns were considered one of the best defenses in football. So it's not really too far-fetched to me to think that could happen. I'm just really hoping, again, that it doesn't. I would like to see the Steelers win the AFC North. I think that would be awesome.
Same. Yeah.
It's quite possible to happen for sure.
Listen, to me, it looks like it's gonna happen, but what do I know? You know what I mean? It may not.
But do they play? Do they play the Ravens anymore this year?
I believe there's one more game against the Ravens, but with all due respect, Mike Tomlin owns. He owns Lamar and Harbaugh. I mean, every time they play, they dominate.
Yeah.
So I'm not really that concerned with that game. I would like to see them, there are a couple of games. That game they have the Chiefs game. So they have some big matches ahead of them still.
Yeah, but the Chiefs finally lost, right? So.
I mean, the whole world wanted that, right?
Yeah.
Everyone
it was going to happen.
It was the city.
It was bound to happen.
For me, I don't really think it matters. They're still going to finish with an excellent record, almost certainly, unless they lose out, which is
I mean, they could possibly come I'd say 3 losses realistically.
I mean, 14-3 would be a massive year, though. Really, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have any problem with that. But again, I'm not a Chiefs fan, so for me, it's a little bit of whatever.
They won the Super Bowl in a 9-7, didn't they?
That's a fact. They're the kind of team that you can't really worry about them. People try to last year, everyone was like, I don't know, they don't look that good.
Yeah.
And then we got to the playoffs and they were lights out. So
no, this is why me and Drama fight all the time because he thinks I hate his Ravens. I'm like, no, dude, it's regular season. They've had crap records, and compared to some of the other records they've gotten, like the 14-2s and 15-1s and stuff like that, I go, they've won it on 9-7. I'm like, so I'm worried about playoffs. I'm not worried.
Remember, we got 17 games now.
Yeah. I'm not worried about regular season. I'm worried about playoffs because that's where it matters for these teams to win.
What do you think about the Chiefs, Caleb?
The Chiefs?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to win another Super Bowl. I don't want that to happen, but I think it's going to happen.
Yo, just a quick update. It looks like Nick Chubb did just get into the end zone, so the Cleveland Browns are now ahead. This could be an interesting one, man. This defense needs to do justice for me tonight, so I need to see some better things.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys know the deal. We like to talk questions, things that are going on in sports, the events, the games that are coming up, NHL, NBA, NFL. Since we got football on the TV, we'll start out with the NFL. Cove, you want to take us away?
Right. right, where we got? Okay, in the clash between the Patriots and Dolphins, what factors will convince you the Dolphins will come out on top despite their odds?
Are they not favored?
They are favored, but in a way because Tua is still Tua. I think that's what it has to do with.
Here's
We
my
don't know what's going to happen. Like he's played a couple weeks and he's been fine, but it's still a risk every game.
I'll tell you. This is what I. All right, so right now, all right, I was about to say the Chiefs. The Dolphins are favored by 7.5.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like when they have Tua in, they're just like a different team. So, assuming that he remains healthy, I have full confidence that they'll probably win. But I do think this will be another one of these kind of like development moments for Drake May. To me, that's the big story of the game. I don't see either of these teams as playoff contenders, but I think Drake has gotten better and better week in, week out since they've started.
Drake May looking
working for him.
terrific for a rookie. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think, honestly, the only rookie who hasn't looked terrific, I think, is Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
call it what it is. And I don't know that I can blame him for that. I think that's part of the situation.
That's Bears through and through.
It is, right?
That team to get him, but didn't build around him.
Here's the thing, right? They got weapons for him.
But do you really need 3? But you could have 2, one good running back, one good wide receiver, and put more guys on that O line to protect the quarterback. It's going to work better.
That's what I felt too. I feel like they did not invest in the O line the way they needed to, and I feel like that's been so. And Eberflus sucks, bro. Like fire Flus, as they say.
The Bears fans said it loud. They said, "What about our O line?"
To me, that's where you have to go. But like I said, going back to the other game, I expect to see big things from Drake May in the future. I think he's going to play well. And really, this game, as much as I'd like to see the Pats win, I'll be honest, I don't really care who wins. But I like Drake May, so I want to see him perform well. But I do think that, this is a game that, especially with just where Miami is right now, with Tua being healthy again, I feel like it's their game to lose.
For sure.
What do you think, Caleb?
Miami? Yeah, I think they're definitely going to win, but I don't know. It's going to be a good game.
Good game? I mean, yeah, it probably will be. I think that it's definitely not going to be a blowout. I wouldn't bet. I don't know that I would bet that spread. I don't think they're going to win by 7.5 points. I think that they're going to win by like a field goal. Oh, my God. Somebody just stripped the ball and the Browns recovered it. This is out of control. Like, this is not what's supposed to be going on right now. What is going on with the Steelers tonight, man? I don't need this. I don't need this at all. All right, so what do we got for the next game?
For the Broncos versus Raiders matchup, do you believe the Broncos favorites will dominate, or the Raiders will upset brewing in this? Is it like brewing in the air?
What do you think, Caleb? Is there going to be an upset with the Raiders, or are the Broncos going to dominate? He's got his mic off. Well, I'll tell you what I think. I think that the Raiders understand the situation right now coming out of this season. They know that they need to get a quarterback. They know that the relationships There we go. Okay, so I don't know what's going on tonight, but it looks like I got a bad Wi-Fi connection. Hopefully that doesn't last. So guys, while we're waiting for my guy Cove to come back, I'll just share my thoughts on it. I think that the Raiders want to try and get Shedeur Sanders. And so I think that they're in like a soft tank. I don't know what just happened, Cove.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It happens. But yeah, so what I was saying, like, there's a relationship there. There's an existing relationship between Tom Brady and Deion Sanders, between the Davis family and Sanders. They're buddy. I could see Deion wanting to get Shedeur to Las Vegas, and I could see Las Vegas wanting it to happen. So I see, like, maybe they don't say it publicly, but I feel like a soft tank coming on for the rest of the season. I would be surprised if they tried to go all out and really win this game. I think it's in Bo Nix's hands. Like, if he plays the way he's been playing, I think that they got it.
All right. Oh, I have full faith on Nix on this one.
I mean, dude, he's kind of entered the conversation in recent weeks for Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
He's been playing outstanding. I want to look at his stats real quick here. That's what I'm curious about. Denver Broncos. Let's see what his stats. So they're 6-5. They're third in the AFC West. They're trying to get a wild card at this point. But I think that, like, I mean, I don't know. I think that they look great, to be honest. Like, for a 6-5 team, I think they look really solid.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really argue with them at all. Nix has 14 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. He's already thrown for almost 2,300 yards this season. He's shown out to be a pretty good leader for this team so far. So, for me, I'm pretty hype about that. I'm excited to see it.
It's a future for Denver, for sure.
Absolutely. I'm not going to, like, do the whole filling Elway's shoes thing.
No.
I just think that I think that he offers great promise for them in the future. He's really solid.
Oh, for sure. Like, it's just once he elevates his game a little bit more, he'll be even better.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. All right, so we move to, and I guess this is not NFC. This is NFC West against NFC North.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what's great? I got you on this one. So when the 49ers face off against the Packers this weekend, who do you think will pull a surprise win, and what key player leads them to victory? What do you think? I know what my thought is already, but
I think right now, I'd say consensus is probably everybody think Green Bay is going to win this one, but I think the Niners pull it out.
Here's what I think. I think that the Niners absolutely could win this game. This is what I think the difference maker could be. I think that if, like, last season, right around this time last season is when Jordan Love turned it on, right? Mm-hmm. This is when he won his contract, basically. Yeah. He's played fairly awful this season, but if he can turn it up, and turn that page and do it this week, he could be the player. He could be the key to success, in motivating the Packers past them. And the Packers need that right now,
Oh,
I mean, they're in a position for a wild card. But
the Packers absolutely need it. But what I mean is, like, I just feel like the Niners got them this time, just because.
I think McCaffrey's is going to have a game, right?
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a running back game in a large level.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs and CMC, like, that's movie right there.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think the 49ers got it, Caleb?
The 49ers got it with Christian and Debo being the game changer. Yep.
I can see that. Definitely makes sense. This game is killing me right now. They're
me right too. Right now too.
Cleveland is in the red zone again.
Right, bro. Come on,
dude. So many people said this was going to be a trap game.
It's definitely a trap game. This is the
Oh,
same as this is the same game as Oregon Wisconsin.
this is not what I want to see right now.
Me either.
Again, these are not my teams, but I do like to see the Steelers play well in general, even when I don't have them in fantasy. And I also I'll be honest. So there's been a big discussion about, okay, so Mike Tomlin wins this game tonight, and this becomes his 18th consecutive season with the winning record.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty huge to me. I think the team needs to step up and do that.
Yeah.
18 years with a winning record?
Yes, absolutely. Including
That's crazy, right? And here's the kicker, Cove. He's never won Coach of the Year.
Never. Yep.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's just to be fair about it, it's really only a 16 game season on average. So, I mean, it's really not that hard to have a winning season in 18 seasons.
Every year to play over 500, that's impressive. And he's had some.
It's impressive, but it could be doable by anybody.
But it hasn't been.
Not yet.
That's the thing. It hasn't been.
It's been 20 years since we've talked Gretzky, and that's a mess. No, have you heard the side story about what happened to Ovechkin?
No, his leg?
Yeah, he broke his femur.
Dude, I didn't know it was a broken femur. Yes. I saw him go down.
Yeah, I think it's broken femur. He's out 6 weeks, or something like that.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
How do you get back into the season and play hockey again after you break your thigh?
I'm not sure what he broke, but he broke something, and he's back in 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks.
So maybe it's lower.
I think his fracture is leg. Maybe
it might be like a fibia or tibia, the lower part.
Maybe I think it was a tibia. I think it was the tibia that.
Yeah, that's a little more feasible, but we'll get to that for sure with the hockey part. So now here's what I was saying about this. This game's important because this could be the season where Mike Tomlin finally wins Coach of the Year. You know, he started out with the whole battle between Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Justin Fields was playing well. He made the decision to bench him and put Russell Wilson in. Everything's worked so far. If he wins a 1 or a 2 seed in the AFC this year, then I think this is finally the season where he gets his 10-3. So I think this would finally be the year where he wins Coach of the Year. And I think that would be fantastic. He's deserved of it. I'm a big fan of Tomlin.
Yeah, it was the fibia. He fractured his fibia. That's why I thought of F.
Okay, so it's not as so I don't know if it was intentional, but I saw another guy going down and whip his stick out, and he caught him right around, right above his ankle with his stick. And then I saw Ovechkin just taking a nice L, I was like, damn. Not a good look.
He was on pace to beat Gretzky in probably under 50 games.
Well, you know what? So much for that.
What?
What'd you say?
TJ what?
No. We were talking about a hockey player.
Oh, okay. No,
yeah,
I saw him.
So it was a little crazy. All right, so question 4 in the NFL this week goes to the NFC West. It stays with the NFC West, I should say, right? What we got going on there?
Oh, geez. Whoops. Where'd that go? Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Oh. In the type battle of the Cardinals and Seahawks, which team do you predict will have the edge, and what will be the game-changing moment?
Okay, so I can't say what the game-changing moment's going to be. I think that Arizona has the edge right now. They're a very complete football team. They're a tough defense. They can run the ball down your throat with James Conner, and they've been doing it all season. I think that it's their game to lose, but I also think that it's a must-win game for them because this is the kind of game that helps them take control of the NFC West.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
What do you think, Cove?
I mean, so Seahawks have good. I think Seahawks have more of an edge, just to be fair, because the Cardinals have been a little rusty. They've had those trap games and they've won them. They've done well. But we were talking about this for weeks now. It's just you either get a good game or a bad game with Murray, right? So I feel like this might not be a good game for Murray.
I hope. I mean, like, he's played so well this season. It would really suck to see that. Like, I've enjoyed seeing him kind of bounce back.
He can probably lose this one and win out the rest of the season, depending on who he's playing.
Right, so they're 6-4 right now. Which, I mean, that's not bad, and they're first.
It's better than they've been the last 5 years.
Yeah, for sure. Here, listen, this is my thing. I really think it's on James Conner. They need to lean into that running game. Conner's got around 700 yards rushing this season. He's doing well. He's not doing amazing, but he's doing well. But to me, that's the thing they got to do, and then let Kyler be Kyler. He's had a lot of success with Trey McBride this season. I expect to see more of that. Him and Mike Wilson's been big for him too. Marvin Harrison Jr. could be the breakout point. This could be that week for him. He hasn't really done too much, but I'm excited to see what he can do. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. What do you think, Caleb? Who wins this one? Seattle?
Seattle with with JSN being the game changer. Yep.
I can see that. And I like this one. I got to read this one, Cove. I like this. The Ravens are taking on the Chargers. Now, what aspect of each team do you lean towards for one as the likely victor and why? Now, I'm going to tell you straight up. I know exactly. To me, this game is going to be won by defense. I think because the Chargers defense is so strong, I think that they are going to throw a big monkey wrench in Lamar's game. And Lamar's looked a little off recently. That offense has looked a little off recently. And the Chargers offense is just starting to hit gear. And the Ravens defense sucks.
Yeah.
So to me, it's a defensive battle. And I think that Harbaugh has I don't know what he does, but he shows up places and they just change immediately.
But this is the brother versus brother game, isn't it not?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, brother versus brother again. Yep.
John versus Jim.
Yep.
This was supposed to. Here's the weird thing. When I read this schedule earlier, and I swear to God, it's like a Mandela effect. This was supposed to be like Thanksgiving Harbaugh game. And now it's all of a sudden this weekend.
I feel like Thanksgiving is always the same teams.
Yeah, but I could have swore that I was talking about it weeks ago because NFL is known to change schedules.
They are. They flex games in, teams that are playing well, they move into better spots. Yeah. But let me see real quick.
I think a while back I read that the Harbaugh Bowl, I was saying it on my side, and I was like, I swear to God, I said the Harbaugh Bowl, it'll be and I looked at this schedule in like August, and it said it was for Thanksgiving. I'm like, oh God, Thanksgiving and Harbaugh's, I was like, I know I made reference to that months ago.
Well, but like the Giants and Dallas, that game's going to be shit. I mean, it's unfortunate. Giants and Dallas, that's one of the Thanksgiving games. But Dallas always plays on Thanksgiving, and so do the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are kicking it off in the morning.
Lions, Cowboys, see, American team, whatever.
So those are. So they got two. The one thing that's good about those games, Chicago's playing Detroit, right? And so you got a conference matchup. New York and Dallas, a conference matchup. And then you got Miami and Green Bay. I just wish they would switch the order. But Detroit's playing first.
But Detroit first against the Bears? Come on now. Have they not seen the Lions this year?
Detroit's blowing everybody out. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, so you're going to open the game with the best game, and then Thanksgiving's going to suck.
I mean,
who are we ending on Thanksgiving with?
The Packers and the Dolphins.
See, seriously, that's how you get into Thanksgiving night. You want the Lions to close out. It was Lions or Cowboys had to close out Thanksgiving night.
I'm gonna be honest. That game starts around 5:30 my time Pacific, so like 8:30 Eastern.
Yeah.
I will be dead by that point in the day. I'm gonna be like this. I'm not even gonna be watching. I'll be honest. You'll be lucky if I watch the Giants game. The Giants are so awful. I can't even watch my own team play football anymore. It's the only reason I might tune in for a quarter is to see Tommy Cutlets screw us out. We're going to end up winning out. We're going to end up winning like 3 out of 6 of our next games, and we're going to get out of position. We're going to end up with like a 13th draft pick or some bullshit.
Yes, but we finally got Tommy. Tommy's finally throwing.
It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. The Giants spent $5 million on Drew Lock, and they're not even starting him. It's so ridiculous. This screams. This sounds like Shane and Daboll trying to keep their jobs. That's what this sounds like.
I mean, you can't fit. I mean, I would love. Okay, I grew up loving the Giants in the 90s, and I can't love them now.
Listen, bro. All right, so listen, we got somebody just chimed in. George just chimed in from Facebook. He says the Lions win game 1. The Cowboys lose game 2 and 3. I'm traveling home to sleep on Thanksgiving. I like it. You know what? Like, that's exactly the way a lot of people look at it. Like, a lot of people are not even going to watch that. Like, the Packers game,
no,
it's Thursday night. You know, it's people got to get back on the road. People are going to be in food comas. If I was a Packers fan, I'd be pissed.
But that's what I mean. Like, it's like the worst setup ever. You got to have the Lions game. The only way you're going to fucking pay attention is the Lions game. Because
what was that,
the Cowboys are horrible, right?
Tony and the Lion game.
Listen, Detroit's the best team in football. They should be in prime time regardless. But, I mean, I guess here's how I look at this. Maybe the NFL was like, you know what? Everyone's going to watch the first game, so let's leave the Lions there. And then, you know, everyone will be eating dinner when the Cowboys and the Giants play, so no one can watch that.
Oh.
And then, you know, they'll get the fans who love the Packers.
Is such a classic game, though. I guess. Cowboy, you got to think about it. How many years do we see the Cowboys playing the Giants on Thanksgiving Day?
A lot. Yeah. Quite a few. Quite a few.
So, I mean, so to be fair, like, we're stuck watching it. You know what I mean? Yeah,
it's tradition. It's like Die Hard on Christmas. You just do it.
Can we at least put the Commanders in there somehow?
You know, I love watching the Commanders, man. I'm a Giants fan, but I love watching Jaden Daniels. He's just exciting to watch. So
yeah, definitely.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do we have the Commanders get into the Thanksgiving game? Like,
I mean, we could petition for it, but the NFL is the NFL, right? They do what they do.
Oh, but still, since we're still on NFL for like 1 second before we get off to the next ones, it's like, how are you feeling about NFL Live on Netflix? Because we were talking about Tyson. Netflix hosting NFL on Christmas Day.
Okay, so here's the short answer on this one. If they don't fix that streaming situation, they're never going to get another NFL game again.
God.
Because like you don't stop NFL fans and Americans from watching football, especially not on Christmas. So if that bombs, they're going to lose their like Prime Video, right? It's perfect. Every game is perfect.
Yeah.
If Netflix does not put on a perfect show on Christmas Day, they're never going to have an NFL contract.
Yeah. No shit. It's not going to happen. Netflix is going to get rid of, like, this live service. If it lags, like, as bad as it's supposed to, like, oh, God. And then, listen, you've got, like, the Beyonce fans out there. If they can't watch their halftime show, they're going to troll Netflix so hard on social media. They'll never do anything again. Okay, we're getting a Beyonce concert on Christmas Day.
So like this is such a big event. if Netflix bombs on this, like you just lost so many points. You know what I mean? There are probably people who got Netflix just for this.
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
You know what I mean? Like, and so, and like, dude, I don't even know how this was possible, but right during the Mike Tyson fight, at one point, it started doing the loading, whatever. It was
loading a death.
Buffering.
Right?
Yep.
So I went to one of the streaming websites that I have.
Yes, and it was better
on my TV, and somehow the stream on my TV was perfect.
It was perfect.
I was like, "This is impossible."
Yeah, the third-party sites were way better than Netflix. Come on.
Oh, and listen to this. So our guy George here, who's chiming in from Facebook, he said that Netflix has figured out they need 4 more servers for the load, and I didn't even know this. They're also going to have WWE WrestleMania this year coming up. What? So like,
Jesus,
like this is them trying to figure it out now because if they get to WrestleMania in tank, like it's over. Yeah. Nobody's watching live streams on that. WrestleMania is as big as it gets.
No one gonna watch WWE WrestleMania if they do not fix their Netflix.
Dude, that's it. Honestly, I wish Prime Video just had all these contracts done. Yeah. Because let's face it, like Prime is just better than Netflix.
Yeah, Prime. Yeah, definitely. Prime definitely better than Netflix.
The Tom Brady one lagged too, a little bit for some people.
Like, I'll be honest. The reason why I have Netflix is because I get it for free with my T-Mobile phone service.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, I get mine through mine.
I do Peacock and I do Amazon Prime Video. And then I've got a couple other, I've got a bunch of things on there, but Netflix really, like, you're losing your purpose if you fail at this one. They failed the test 1, right? So strike 2 could be Christmas Day. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. You mean strike 2 and 3. Because all day football, like it's all day football. So
yeah, that's a fact. All right, so listen, guys. We're getting closer. It's almost 6:40 already. I put an hour out for this show. Of course, NFL is going to take most of the time up, but here is the NBA, right? And this is just great timing, right? Because we just had a team go on a 15-0 run. Yeah. One of the most epic, one of the 4 greatest starts in NBA history. Little fact about the not about the Cleveland Cavs, but about teams who have started 15-0 or better. All of them have gone to the NBA Finals that season as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Just piggybacking off of that, Cove, what's our question here about the Cavs this week?
So I have this week because I write my questions daily. So with Cavs 16-1 so far, not undefeated. How crucial is Max Strus' return for maintaining their dominance in the Eastern Conference?
What do you think about that, Caleb?
Yeah, I think the Cavs can make the finals against the Warriors or the Lakers. Against one of those 2 teams, or they could go against the Nuggets.
Well, so here's the question, right? How does Max Strus's return help the Cavs maintain their dominance in the Eastern Conference? Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I don't know what he looked like beforehand for that team. So I'm trying to look at this right now. This is a good question, though, Cove. You got me stumped already. I'm going to be honest. You got me stumped already.
Because of your homework.
Well, so listen, after we had the conversation with Adam, with our boy Adam about this, I try and just wait until we get here so the questions catch me totally off guard. And it works. It works like a charm. Okay, so I think this is probably the easiest way to say it, right? So Strus is usually a guy who comes in, right? He's the guy who comes off the bench when Donnie Mitchell takes a seat, right? He's good. I think that having that added depth to the team, obviously it can only help them. Going into to make a deep run into the playoffs, to make it to the finals, like Caleb was saying, you got to have depth at your, at positions.
Yeah, depth.
Right?
You gotta have depth.
Having one of their shooting guards back, it can only help, right?
Yeah,
That's probably the easiest way to look at it. Now, let's see what his number, right? So he was averaging 12.2 points a game, almost 5 rebounds and 4 assists. He's a solid asset to the team. So I think that it's pretty important to see him back. And you know what? When you have that guy out, it means that Donnie Mitchell has to play that many more minutes every night, right? So right now, it's not huge. But down the stretch, game 70, getting to the playoffs, then it becomes tremendous. It becomes a whole different thing. So I think that it will be huge later in the season. They do need him back. Right now, they seem to be doing just fine.
So they're doing fine. They're only lost against the Celtics. So, yeah, they're doing fine.
For sure.
So, given the Warriors' injury to DeAnthony Melton, which player do you think needs to step up the most to keep their championship hopes alive for the Warriors?
They're taking the second, definitely. Yeah.
This is an interesting one. Okay, so I was actually talking with somebody who is he's a big fan of basketball in the West, right?
Yeah.
And when DeAndre went down, he was like, "Who is that? I don't even know who that guy is." And I just started laughing because I'm like, you know what? I don't know who he is either. I've seen him, but I don't know what he does or does not add to that team. So let's get a look. Okay. He's another shooting guard. He doesn't add, he's a 10-point guy, right? Again, I think that this is where it comes into play, right? They have Buddy Hield as their starting shooting guard, which is huge, right?
Yeah.
And he's awesome. Again, if the Warriors want to continue this pace and if they want to be playing down the stretch good basketball, they need to be able to get Hield off the court, get some minutes rest here and there. And so it's going to be just like the other situation with Strus. You need that other shooting guard because you need to be able to give your that starting 5 some rest. They can't be playing 40 to 48 minutes every game.
Yeah.
So for me, that's kind of an easy one. Same sort of thing. Now, this one I think is a little interesting. I'm going to read this one out here. So the Celtics are managing without Kristaps Porzingis. How do you think his return after their playing style or will alter their playing style and impact their title defense? So listen, I like him as a defender a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's also a really good shooter, especially from outside. They've made a habit this season of deep balls, big arch, behind the arch, So for me, having Porzingis back, it's going to be just like last year when he was out for a while. As soon as he comes back, he's just going to be firing away. It only makes them that much better. To me, the Celtics, I don't care what the Cavs have done this year. The Celtics are the team to beat in the East, and they showed that when they went ahead and knocked off. And they were ahead the whole game. They were never behind. So the most dominant team right now in basketball, the Cavs, were never in the lead for 5 minutes of that game, right? Adding Porzingis back to the roster, back to the lineup, it only makes them stronger. And honestly, I'm a Knicks fan, and I think that there's a good chance that the Celtics get back to the finals this year.
Yeah, the Celtics could make the back to the final. Either them on the Cavs or maybe the next Jets. Maybe.
We'll see.
After a strong start, what do you believe is the Thunder's biggest challenge moving forward without Chet Holmgren, and how can they overcome it?
A lot of injuries this season early in the NBA, huh?
A lot of injuries, yep.
This is, so Here's the thing. The West is very strong. There are a lot of really good teams. The Lakers are playing great basketball. The Warriors are playing awesome basketball. The Suns, when KD is in, the Suns look amazing. When he's not, they look mediocre, right? And that's just a few of the teams in the West. You got the Nuggets. You've got a lot of work there. So really having any of their key players out, it's going to make it difficult to maintain that first position. You also got the Mavs in the West. The West is just so stacked. So they need everybody healthy if they want to be in the top 2 or 3 teams when we get to the playoffs, period.
Yeah, definitely, period. Yeah.
What do you think, Cove?
I mean, it's going to be interesting, but this is such a young team, and they play off their bench. They play off everybody, so I don't think it's really going to hurt them too much. It's only mid-season, really. It's only mid to middle season right now, so it's not going to hurt them that bad where they can't just get back into it.
As long as he makes it back and he's okay, I don't see any reason why things won't be fine.
Yeah,
they just you know what I mean. And this is a part of sports. You lose players all the time. They go out for a few weeks here and there due to whatever. Due to any amount of injuries. So we'll see how good the Thunder really are. I think that's the easiest way to say it. We'll see how good they really are.
So the Rockets are on the rise this season. What do you think What do you think is the key factor behind their success? Can they maintain this momentum despite Steven Adams' limited ability?
What do you think, Caleb? What's going on? Why are the Rockets doing their thing?
Because of Jalen Green, bro.
Because of Jalen Green. There it is. So with the short answer, I don't see any reason why things should change. To echo what Caleb said, right? So Jalen Green's playing awesome basketball. The team's 11-5 right now. It's hard to really argue, and Adams, he's not, is he out right now? Or is he just they're limiting his play?
Limited ability. Limited.
Right? So they're trying to not have him on the court, the whole game. And that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. They have Landale to put in behind him. I don't know if that's the answer. And they have a couple of guys. They have Sengun. They have Landale. They have a couple of other centers that can get in there and play. So I don't think it's terrible. They have to manage him. Now, you don't want to go to a Philadelphia model where you have your center playing every other night, because that's just a recipe for failure. You need him on the court, right? He's a big guy. He grabs boards. He does his thing. Let's actually see his stats, right? So so you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. He really doesn't have he's not doing that much statistically for them at this point. Mm-hmm. Let me see something here. I'm curious about this now. Now that I'm looking at it, and maybe it's because of the situation, but Doc Landale seems to be doing more of the pulling of weight in the center position this season anyway. So I think that if they just stick with what they're doing, and then like Sengun's got 11 rebounds a game, right? So their second two centers really are I think they're the difference makers. You got a guy like Adams who's doing a lot defensively, and I think that that's huge. But from a scoring standpoint, I think you already got your answer. Sengun's kind of doing his thing. Alperen Sengun, he's got 18 points a game, 11 rebounds a game, and almost 5 assists. So I think that they'll be okay. I don't see that being the issue for them. I don't know. What do you think, Caleb?
What's your question?
Well, you already answered it, really, right? The Rockets,
Green, yeah.
Simple enough.
Green. You gotta keep it up, yeah.
Simple answer. All right. I like it. All right. So listen, guys, we got about 10 minutes left here. Enough time to get into some NHL hockey. So let's do it.
Yeah.
So with the Hurricanes holding a strong record, what do you think has been their key to their defense success under Rob Brindamore's season?
I'm going to let you start this one, Cove, because you are the hockey guy.
Yeah, I don't watch much hockey, so yeah.
Brindamore is old school. He was way back early 90s. I just think like Brindamore's style works well with Carolina. Like they picked up Freddie Anderson, like Frederick Anderson, and like they've just been clicking. It's just been their success the last 2 or 3. Like that's the reason why they call them the bunch of jerks, right?
A bunch of jerks. I mean, listen, it's a good team. They're 14-5. They've been playing solid hockey all season. A team like this, it's like, okay, here's the reality of it, if Drury's doing his thing, if Aho's doing his thing, the team needs to play more of how they're playing, right? Obviously, dude, for some reason, I didn't even think I knew Brindamore was the coach, right? But a guy like that, I mean, he's a legend in the sport, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Obviously, he's been able to instill something in this starting lines that works, right? Mm-hmm. They're playing tough hockey like he played when he played. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I think they just got to do more of the same. Carolina's already a very successful club, right? Mm-hmm. They want to get all the way there this year. We'll see if it happens.
So Scott Arnell has transformed the Jets this year. What specific changes have you noticed in their gameplay that makes them such a top contender?
Interesting question. So, okay, now I could be wrong about this. What'd you say?
Speed. They're getting the pucks faster. They're getting into the plays faster. They're like getting on top of things faster. It's all about speed.
They've been, here's what I'm trying to say, because I could be wrong on this, but I'm just thinking, power play. Okay, this is what I was thinking. Power play goals this season. They have 20 power play goals. Okay. So that's more than a power play goal a game. Yeah. That was what stuck out to me. And I was like, I just got to see what these numbers look like before I throw it out there. But to me, that's a huge part, right? When you can establish, a power play that kills it like that, and that's putting up points consistently, it makes it really difficult, especially when you got a speedy team on the ice. It makes it really difficult for teams to compete with you.
This is why they're 16-1.
They're pretty fucking good, man.
Yeah, Jets are flying high. They're flying high this season for sure.
I like it.
The Wild are thriving thanks to an improved goaltending. How crucial do you believe that this aspect is for long-term success, and who has been the standard performer?
I mean, listen, so goaltending is the backbone of any team, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that can be said enough, right? They've got 12 wins, 3 losses, 3 tied games here, right? That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Do you not know who their goaltender is?
Kaprizov, right?
No.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's their Gustafson. Yeah. Okay. Huh?
Really? You don't see Marc-Andre?
Who are you? Okay, so here's what I'm looking at: the team leader in goals against average, save percentage, and wins is Gustafson.
Yeah, but Marc-Andre's there.
So for me, it's Gustafson is the key to that. But I can see what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, that's a legendary hockey player right there. So here's my thing, right? Okay, now when you get into goaltending, you've got Fleury, right? And he's who he is, right? I think that having him on the team in general just changes things quite a bit, right? Because when you have good goalies and you put them around like a living legend of a goalie, he's only going to improve their play, right? So I'm not going to say that like he's the reason necessarily that everyone else is playing well, but it very well could be that, of course, right? And
I mean, Fleury's only 3-0. Like, that's it.
Yeah, I know.
Fleury hasn't lost.
So he's got 3 wins for him, but again, Gustafson's the one who's carrying the load. So
I know. I just thought when you saw the roster, you'd be like, "Oh, Fleury." Yeah, it's Fleury's last year, so we're gonna lose him this year.
Well, listen. Here's the thing, and this is what's kind of huge for them, right? It's his last year, so you know he's going to play all out, right? What's really cool about it is imagine your second goalie is Marc-Andre Fleury. That's crazy, right? Yeah. So when you have okay, so Gustafson, something happens to him, whatever, any number of things, and you're like, what are we going to do? Well, I think we know the answer to that, right? So it gives this team a facet of depth that I think that they sorely needed. You know what I mean? And they're playing really good hockey. So I don't see any reason why they won't keep doing that, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. The Leafs have been winning even without Matthews on the lineup. Do you think this newfound depth is sustainable, or will it falter when he returns?
Well, okay, so
I mean,
why?
It happened in the playoffs last year. The infamous, if you didn't play Game 7, the Leafs would have won.
I mean, that's such a tough position to take, though. Like, okay, so right now, with him out, you got who's starting? Who's the line one? John Tavares?
Yes.
I mean, you don't change if something's working, right? You don't change the formula.
No.
Right? So he comes back, I think you have to evaluate the situation, but I mean, the guy is a really solid player. So I don't want to assume that him coming back will be a negative for them. It's just like, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one, Okay, now I got to look. Okay, so let me just pull it up here. So Matthews being out, you got McCann, right? Okay, so Tavares is line 1. McCann is line 2. David Kemp, line 3. No, I'm sorry. Max Domi is line 3.
Marner and Nylander probably.
So, realistically, I don't know. That's I think it gives them, right? So you want to have 3-4 strong lines.
And you got
maybe
two right
he doesn't become, maybe he doesn't become line 1, but he's like line 3 center, line 4, and so he's got a place, on the team. He's got a place on the ice, but he's not something that they're looking to lean on.
No. And so with Ovechkin's sideline, how important is it for the Capitals to maintain their momentum, and which player do you think needs to step up in his absence?
This is kind of a crazy one. That was like a really sad moment. That was a really sad moment seeing him take that out.
15 goals in 19 games. He's only 27 away from Gretzky.
Dude, it sucked to see him go down like that. Okay, now, damn, dude, it really sucks, right? I don't know how else to say it. It's really tough, it's just like what's his name? What's the center's name? Dylan Strome?
Yeah.
Listen, you got Strome, you got McMichael still. That's a tough one, dude.
Megapony's probably. I think it's gonna be Megapony because Megapony's up on the first line now. I think Megapony's gonna have to step up.
Listen, if you're in position, then you don't really, right? You got it, right? he's good. He's got some goals. He's got some assists. It's not like he's not producing already. But now that you're going to be up there in the front, you're going to be front and center. It's like, I mean, listen, Strome's got 22 assists on the season already, right?
Yeah, because Strome's been helping out Ovechkin.
So, but here's what I'm saying, right? If you've got a guy dishing like that, there's one of two ways it can go. He could take control himself, right, and become the lead scorer, or he can set Mangiapane up so he can score. And either way, the guy's just got to, he's got to keep himself in position. He knows what he's got to do. That's a tough one though. That's dude, so Fox Sports, the app, it popped up on my phone. And when I went and I watched the play, I was like, oh no. I was really excited to see what he was going to do this season, man. 6 to 8 weeks is a lot.
It's 4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6. I mean, a fracture, I don't know, man. He's like my age. I can't see him coming back in 4 weeks.
These guys have cryo systems. They have every top of the line of everything. He could be ready to be back in 8 weeks and just, 15 goals in 18 games, and he'll probably have a good 40 left.
Nothing's impossible.
He could get 27 goals. Now, one fun fact that I'll say before we got to get out of here, because we ran an extra 5 on the show tonight, but did you know Martin Brodeur, and you know how many games they play on average? He's 82, right? 82 is total, right? Goalies don't play much. They play 50, 60 games or something like that in the season. His average for 15 years was 73 games a year. For 15 years.
Well, so all right, if you look back though at that time frame in general, I feel like goalies were playing a lot more. Every team now has a 2-goalie tandem, and they give that goalie one a lot more rest.
Yeah.
But I feel 65, 70 games was a lot more common back in the day. 73 is outlandish. It's like a whiteout in Cleveland right now, by the way.
What is it? But if you actually look at Marc-Andre, who has the second most amount of wins right now, I think so. Maybe he's shy of Patrick Roy's record, but look where he is compared to everybody else. He's almost 100 wins more than everybody else.
Dude, Marty Brodeur.
And his son plays for the Devils as a goalie.
I don't like the Devils. I never liked the Devils. But we have Jeremy
Brodeur playing for the Devils.
Listen, it would be exciting to see if he can live up to the name. It's pretty tough, for any athlete when they're stepping in and their dad is basically the GOAT at his position.
Yeah.
When I used to I'm an Islanders fan, dude. You know how many times I was just fuck, we're playing the Devils. In my head, it was just we're going to lose.
Okay. So here's the thing. So Marc-Andre's played 1,029 games, has 564 wins. Martin Brodeur played 1,266 games and has 691 wins.
Oh shit! Now it's knowing,
dude.
It's knowing now. What?
It's bro. It's like a whiteout on TV. Sorry to cut you off, Coach.
Oh,
but
yeah. But
the whole field is covered.
But Brodeur, that's the thing that was but Brodeur legit has 200 more games than him, and he's still 100 and something. He has to have an all-time best season. Marc-Andre has to win 70 fucking wins in one season to catch him.
Dude, Brodeur is like Gretzky in goalie pads.
Yeah.
There's no other way to say it. I can't stand that guy. Growing up, I could not stand Brodeur. I respect, as I'm older, I respect him. I know what he is to hockey. I know, like, there may never be another Marty Brodeur, but like, it just, I don't, dude, like, he was something special.
Okay, right now, Marc Andre has a better career than Patrick Waugh, game for game.
Listen, fuck that. I don't care what you like. Patrick Waugh that's my guy forever. I love Patrick Waugh. I'll leave you guys on that note. To me, the greatest goalie ever in hockey is Patrick Waugh. I don't care what anyone says. That's it. But listen, guys, I appreciate your time. Thank you both for coming out. I'll let you guys get back to this Browns-Steelers game. And I don't know if we're going to check in next week for Thanksgiving or what we're going to do yet. Haven't figured that out. But as always, thank you guys for checking in at Vinny's Corner. We appreciate you.